Be joined here today with Justy here in the Fight Factory Pro Wrestling and Next Gen Showcase. Justy, can you give us a bit about your own background, where you are, and a bit about the Next Gen Showcases on today?
Yeah, my background, it's a window, and there's a ring in the background. A few wrestlers there as well. No, I started wrestling. I started backyarding probably in the 90s. Yeah, it was like 98, 99. And I found out about a school, NWA Ireland in Bray. And I think I went there first in 2000, late 2002, and would have been a regular there from 2003 onwards. And that's the school that ended up being the Fight Factory and has produced, Finn Balor started it. Like, it produced the likes of all the Irish wrestling stars that you see now. Becky Lynch would have started there, Eva Valkyrie, JD McDonough. So yeah, we've got a good lineage here in the Fight Factory, and I was privileged to bump for every one of them. So yeah.
Brilliant. And I suppose we're here today at the Next Gen Showcase. Can you give us a bit of information about what that's about and what the goals for the future be for these kind of next wave of talent coming through?
Yeah, like the Next Gen Showcase is actually one of my favorite times of the month, because we get to have a little bit more fun in a kind of a relaxed show, but getting people with less experience out there, getting reps, getting them in front of an audience, and getting them used to actually wrestling a live show. So they're not just on the mats every week, 3-4 days a week, and grinding with seeing no results for years down the line when they finally become good enough for bookers to have a look at them. They need to get some reps in front of a live audience, and that's what the Next Gen Showcase is all about. And it's just kind of a more relaxed show, fun, and we don't put too much pressure on the wrestlers. Right now, I think as it's my responsibility and some of the older guard, our responsibility to keep the new generation active and excited about wrestling, and give them reasons to want to keep training and want to push harder and to continue that legacy in the Fight Factory. And that's what Next Gen is all about. It's about bringing the next generation and working them, molding them into people who will get onto main shows and then other shows and beyond, and hopefully one day become like household names in professional wrestling.
And could you touch on the environment you and the coaching staff here have created for would-be wrestlers, people who are looking to do this for fun, and what differentiates yourself from other schools, I suppose?
Yeah, like I always like to think that Fight Factory has a very welcoming and a very kind of communal vibe going to it. Like, so it is competitive. Like, everybody has to look left and right and see that the people that are beside them are their competitors for spots on shows, but also they have to look and see that those people are the people that have the same interest. They're on the same mats. They're going through the same journey. So it's kind of like a little family, like a proper little community here that we try and build, and we try and be as welcoming as possible. We've got all kinds of wrestling training so that everybody feels comfortable, from beginner to advanced to everyone in between. There's also the squad training, which will cater towards females and women and people who are non-binary, and it's just kind of a safe space for people to come into. So at the Fight Factory, I think we try and make it as inclusive as possible for everybody at every level. We don't want anyone to walk in to the doors and be intimidated by professional wrestling or by any professional wrestlers in here. So I think I'm not. I won't say that differentiates us from any wrestling school. I think that a lot of schools will have a mentality where people get very cliquey and they will become like a family and they will become friends. But I think what the Fight Factory offers to people is that when you walk through that door at the very beginning of your journey, that there is a bunch of friendly faces there that are willing to help you along your journey, and no one is expecting or wanting anyone to fail. They want everybody who walks through that door to have a good time and to succeed in professional wrestling.
I suppose you kind of touched on this already. If you're a current trainee and you're on the fence about whether to come down to one of these next gen showcases, or if you're a prospective trainee and you're worried about where should I go to start my wrestling career or journey, what would advice would you give them, and what would you say to them in terms if they wanted to come down here to the Fight Factory?
The biggest step that you can make on your wrestling journey is the first step. So I would say walk through the door. So many people have been daunted by professional wrestling for so many years. And I remember when I was starting out, there was a kind of a mentality of like if you're not going hard, go home. And drive. And we were like trying to weed out the weaker people because you only wanted the best. And I think that kind of mentality doesn't belong in wrestling anymore, because like there's so many different aspects of professional wrestling that you can't see someone on day one and say that they're going to make it as a professional wrestler. Like you could see in a few months' time, and you go, oh, they're bringing something to the table that I never would have thought. Like they've got more charisma, or oh God, like they're actually way more athletic than they actually thought because they were too nervous when they came in first. So I think now you want to kind of create an atmosphere that isn't daunting to someone walking in, and that is more inclusive. So I think like to someone who is on the fence about coming to be like trying to be a professional wrestler, I would say that just walk through the door, because it's not as scary as you think it's going to be, and you will find that the environment that you're getting yourself into is actually a really fun environment. And it's hard work to be a professional wrestler, but when you're with people who have the same mindset and are at the same ability as you, you will have fun while you're doing it. So that won't seem like hard work, because you will be enjoying every second of it.
Amazing. Listen, thank you very, very much for your time.
Thank you.